Bulla friends, today we'll be at Christ University cooking Indian food with Master Chef Jonathan, and this is going to be a rather long video because it has a lot of explanations and in detailed preparation of Indian food that you may actually buy from Indian restaurants, which are very expensive, but he reveals all the trade secrets. So I hope you enjoy this video.
Good evening and welcome to this short crash course on Indian food, which is definitely an ocean to cover. Okay, but today we'll try and cover the basics of how this food operates. Okay, and this is done under the club called SWAD. Okay, which I think my student Sunidhi will give a brief about what this club stands for, and then we move forward with this. Yeah.
SWAT, a platform where people come together to raise awareness on forgotten foods, sustainable food practices, and authentic experiences in the process of making memories as we think healthy and eat healthy by exploring our mother cuisines. A very good evening to everyone present here. I'm Sunidhi, this year's SWAT coordinator, and it gives me immense pleasure to talk about SWAT and what it stands for. It was conceptualized and formed by Dr. Kerwin Samuel Neely on the 12th of December 2013. Ever since, SWAD has been actively working on bringing about awareness on forgotten foods in India through various events and has been a platform for numerous participants and members to contribute their bit. Dawat is also one such event. I would now like to call upon Gauri to give us more insight on this event.
Good evening, guys. So I'd like to welcome you all to our kitchen at the Department of Hotel Management. And as part of Dawat, the core idea is to basically give a cultural immersion to the Indian culture through food, and that we do by having a more hands-on experience with different cuisines of Karnataka. So today mainly we'll be doing a Mangalorean menu. So Mangalore is a coastal region in Karnataka, and all the dishes that we have today are from there. So we've got 5 dishes on the menu today. So chef will explain what menus further.
Yeah. So, as I said earlier, I am Chef Johnathon and I take care of the culinary teachings here in this department. I was also an alumni of this university itself. I graduated in the year 2013, worked with the hotel for about 10 years, and then I've come back here full-time teaching. Now, the activity that we're going to do today is about 5 to 6 dishes that are popular or famous in the coastal region called Mangalore, of the state of Karnataka, wherein a lot of import-export is very famous there because of the port that is present in Mangalore, and a lot of importance is given to their food as well. Now, if you look at the menu that we've planned today, we start out with a tauchiachi karam. Tauchiachi is cucumber. Okay, we're going to do a salad with cucumber. Again, we start this entire process with a refreshing mouthfeel. Okay, because the entire menu is a little heavy. Or when I say heavy, not just on your tummy, but also when it comes to the spices that we use, to the cooking methods that we follow. Because it's a little heavy. So we start out with something that is light, so that does not give you a lot of weightage on your stomach initially. So we start with that. That is again has cucumber, some onions, salt, pepper, some coconut, okay, and some tamarind to just break the monotony of the cucumber. Okay, very simple salad, but very refreshing. I think all of us know how how refreshing that is when we just eat a raw cucumber. Yes, so that is for the salad. The second is we're going to do a kori gassi. A gassi means a curry, okay, in the local language, which is again has a heavy influence of coconut, the different whole spices that we're going to use when we make the curry paste. I'll show you how that is done. Okay, kori means chicken, so we're going to do a chicken curry, and I think 3 out of the 5 are vegetarians here. Okay, we'll also do a vegetarian version of the same curry itself, okay, which will have some carrots, potato, and beans. Now that is eaten with a roti called kori roti. I'll put a packet. Now this is a roti called kori roti, which is commonly eaten with the kori gassi that we're going to do. I think a lot of you all have, or at least people who are here, would have tried the dosa of this place. Okay. Now imagine a drier or a crispier version of the dosa. Okay, that is exactly this. So we soak that curry on this roti and then we eat it. Okay, so this can be made at homes or it is sold pre-made as well. The next is a sautekaya sambar. Now, the next is also a type of cucumber, what we call the Mangalore cucumber. Okay. Now, this cucumber is not like how the regular cucumber is, but probably will look. Uh, Now, this is how it looks. Okay. Now, this cucumber cannot be eaten raw, like how we eat a regular cucumber. Okay. This is also called as the Mangalore cucumber, and we generally use this in all our curries. Okay. And today we're going to do a sambar, which is again a very basic but a very a close to heart recipe. Okay. Every house here down south has its own sambar recipe. There isn't a right way of doing a sambar. Now it may change from my house to her house to their house. Okay. And it changes. And we like it the way how our mothers would have made it in our homes. Yeah. So we're going to do a sambar, which is again a very staple preparation, but with this Mangalore cucumber. The best part is that we can eat this cucumber with its skin. Generally, we peel cucumber and then eat, but this cucumber can be eaten with its skin on. And we're going to do a sambar. Again, it may sound very common, but there are a lot of again masalas that we do to add to the sambar to get the right flavor and consistency. Okay, that is the third preparation. The fourth is a rice preparation called chitrana, which means literally translating to movie rice. Chitra means movie, and annam means rice. Okay. So this is a preparation that is generally made when we travel from one place to another to for a movie. Olden days we did not have well-defined theaters like how we have it now. So we had tents that would show us pictures, that would show us movies. So when I go to those movies, I pack this rice in a huge vessel. Then we go as a family. Okay, so then back then it was we sit on the floor and then we watch the movie. So when we sit, we have this rice along with that. So it is a very simple preparation made with boiled rice, but it is enhanced with lemon. Okay. So we do a small tempering with lemon and then mix this. This has a very good light lemonish yellowish color. Okay, not too spicy, not too sour, but just the right consistency of taste or the balance of taste when we eat this rice. And we're also going to do a steamed rice that's going to be eaten along with this sambar. And for the dessert, we're going to do a hesirabille payasam. Payasam or a payasa is a very common, dessert that we do down south, like how we have a firni or a kheer in north, which is again dominated with rice. Okay, here we're going to do it with moong dal or split lentils. Okay, they are small. I'll show you how split lentil looks, and I'll also show you the process of how this payasam is made. Now, this payasam is sweetened with jaggery or unrefined sugar. Okay, now this is not the white regular sugar that we use. It is an unrefined sugar that is derived from sugarcane itself. Okay, but that does not undergo the refining process. So it is not white sugar; it is brown in color. I'll show you how we're going to use that in our payasam as well. Okay, and so we move on from station to station based on how we're going to do these dishes. Okay, and once all the dishes are done, we're going to sit together and then eat our meal. Okay. So that is how this exercise works. Now, when we are in larger numbers, say about 20-25, we have 5 people in each station doing each dishes. Since we are just 4 in number today, everybody will be involved in doing all these dishes. Okay, so that we have a good rounded knowledge of what is happening. Okay. You can stop me anywhere and ask questions. Okay, and I will also give you a good amount of inputs when it comes to the ingredients that we're going to use, because these ingredients are very, very indigenous and specific to this region. Okay, so that is the entire ideology of behind doing this. We also give you a small booklet of the recipe. Okay, so the reason that we do this is that we encourage you guys that when you go back home, when you get time, we want you to open this book and try one recipe. Okay, so that there's some reflection and some understanding out of this, some learning that we take out of this class. Okay. End of the day, it is not a regular course that we're going to do. It is just a fun time. So we're going to exchange thoughts, we're going to talk, build conversations, interactions. My students are also here to help us in learning and having a good time. Yeah. Anytime during the conversation, please stop me if you don't understand. Okay, I'm always here to repeat what we've done. Yes. Any questions so far? Begin. Yeah. So we'll start with the salad first. Yellow lentils, what we call. Okay. Now this yellow lentil is very commonly used here, called the heserebelle. That is the local terminology for this. Okay. Now I've soaked this about an hour. Okay, and then I'm just going to boil that. Okay. Now the best way of doing that is to slow cook it. Now if I rapidly cook it, the moisture starts to evaporate much faster, but the lentils will still be raw. Okay, so the technique is to soak it about an hour and a half and then slow cook it. Now, meanwhile, when that is happening, we also add, as I said, jaggery or unrefined sugar. Okay, now this is how it looks. This is the direct raw product after, or rather before the refining process of sugar. From this, it then sulfur is added to change the color, okay, of the sugar from this to white. Okay. So that this is unrefined sugar, so it will have a lot of sediments, okay, a lot of mud or very fine, minute particles, because this happens in industries that do not have a set standard. Okay, it is more of a cottage industry. Okay, here down south, at least when you talk about jaggery or unrefined sugar.
The way they make it, they'll just take out
Sugarcane juice. Yes.
boil it, and take out the moisture.
Yes.
What is left is like, so it literally looks the same
Yeah.
way. It's like,
Yeah. So now I've added water and made it into a syrup. Okay. And then we're going to add both together. Okay. And once the dal or once the lentils are completely cooked, we're going to strain this jaggery syrup, add it to that, do a small tempering with some clarified butter or ghee. This is again very commonly used in our Indian food. Okay. With some cashew nuts, raisins, and some coconut. Okay. So that's how the spice is going to come to an end. But this is the last step. But we've started earlier because it takes time for it to cook. Okay. So the same thing can be done in a pressure cooker as well. Okay, just to reduce the time, I can do the same thing in a pressure cooker as well. Okay, since a pressure cooker will hasten the process, I'm doing it on an open range so that we also know how these ingredients react when it comes to timings. Okay. So the syrup is almost there. Okay, the only thing that we're waiting for is for the lentils to get cooked. Okay. So meanwhile, we're going to start with our salad. Okay. Now, these are regular cucumber. Okay. Now we do a lot of salads like this in at least in this part of our country, wherein some sort of a fresh aspect is there in our plate that does not undergo any cooking process at all. Okay, now when I say a salad, to a Westerner that sounds a little different because we have at least 15-20 components that come to a salad, and then we call it a salad. But here, even just a raw cucumber and some onion will also be termed a salad. Okay, but the thing is that it does not undergo any cooking process at all. Okay, so today I'm going to do this with cucumber. Okay, I'm just going to cut it into quarters. Okay. Now, anybody want to try this?
Sure, I will.
Yeah, please.
Wait, just split it this way?
No, just
split
into halves. Yes. Yes.
Good size.
Correct. Enough. A lot of people who've not gone to the kitchens as well. Okay. And we are here. So handling fire and knife is something that needs a little more of skill. Okay. And I think you guys have already, since you're doing it, understand this a little more better and easier. So now to this sliced cucumber, okay, I'm going to add some sliced onions. Okay. Now the tactic of doing a a refreshing salad is to have uniform cuts of vegetable. Now, if I have different cuts of different vegetables, the mouthfeel will be different. I'll have to spend a longer time chewing a particular cut of vegetable which is big, and then the other cut that is small will get disintegrated in my mouth. Okay? So I try and avoid that. Okay, so I've added this. Now, tell me the spice level.
Oh,
Full on?
Yeah, I think we're okay. Spicy.
0?
0?
Yeah, really.
Yeah?
But I can handle just mild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Medium.
Yeah.
I just want to add just one green chili. Okay.
Yeah. Save them individually. They can eat it on the side.
Okay. Just one green chili. And also a small piece of ginger. Now, ginger is a rhizome, okay, that grows under the ground. A rhizome is a modified root. Okay. Now, we use extensively in our food, both when we do a non-veg preparation or a veg preparation, can be eaten raw as well. Okay. Now, this aids in digestion. Number one, clears you in a lot of throat infections that we have. So, if I have a sore throat, okay, I would probably boil some water along with some ginger, okay, pounded ginger, strain it and then drink it for my throat to be soothed. Okay. It helps in digestion as well, helps in alleviating a lot of gastritis that we have. Okay. Now, a lot of times when we go out, eat and come back home, we say, I feel bloated, right? The gas that is created in our bellies. So this tries and elevates that. Okay. So I'm just going to add a little bit, and it is very good, or it has a very refreshing mouthfeel when we eat it raw as well. Okay, that is all. Probably some coriander. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to add salt to the salad yet. The reason is that the moment I add salt, the water starts to come out. Okay. Now, once the water starts to leave, the crunchiness is no more. Okay, it becomes wilted. So I'm going to keep the salt to the end. So before we sit for our dinner, I'm just going to add salt, mix it together, along with some tamarind pulp. Okay. Now, tamarind is a fruit. Okay, of the tamarind tree that is extremely sour. Okay, it is a very common souring agent that we use. Okay, yeah, you have to. Yes, yes. Okay, just open your palm. Yeah, it's extremely sour. Souring agent in our preparation is to also break the monotony of flavors. Okay, now a chili would give me spice. Okay, a cucumber to a minimal extent will give me some sweetness in my palate. Okay, that will give a palate cleanser. Okay, that will also break the monotony of what I'm eating. Okay, and then I'm going to just add some fresh coriander leaves. Okay, I love this ingredient. Now, if you ask any chef or anyone what's your favorite ingredient to cook with, I'll say three. One is coriander, the second is green chili, and the third is garlic. Now, anybody who loves cooking will have their own three ingredients of food that they love cooking, and they want to put in everything that they cook. Okay, that is coriander is one for me. That's a big part. Okay? So I try and add it in everything. The reason is that it also has a refreshing flavor. Okay? Now, if you just have to smell this, right, it actually smells like earth, right? And without even me doing anything, I just have to cut it and then add it to the salad. I'm going to season this towards the end and not in the beginning. Now, if I do that, we'll have a lot of moisture that is coming out. Again, not okay or not right when it comes to the textures that we play in our mouths. Yeah. Any questions here? Am I going too fast?
Yeah.
My students tell that a lot. Okay. Now moving on to the dessert. Okay. Now this is almost cooked. Okay. Now the best way for us to check whether my lentils are cooked is to put it between our fingers. Okay. Now, me putting it between my fingers will actually tell me whether this lentil is cooked or not. Okay. Now this is the right consistency when it comes to cooking the lentils, because the more mushier it becomes, you will have a very off texture in your mouth. You'll have the same texture in your mouth. Okay. So it is almost 85 to 90% cooked. Okay. Now in this stage, I'm going to strain this jaggery syrup and add it to this. Okay. Now this will act as a sweetener. Okay. To this payasam, and then we're going to again keep boiling this so that we get the right consistency. There's a huge difference between texture and consistency is how the payasam looks. Okay. Now when I pour it, it has to be a flowing consistency. Okay. So now that is what we're going to achieve here.
When you have started on the salad, the second item.
Yeah. So now if you already see, there are a lot of sediments in this. Okay, I'll show you once I stop. Yeah. Now can you see these sediments? Okay, they're actually mud. Yeah. And now the reason that this has a lot of mud is because it is not yet refined. Okay, it is the raw form of how sugar can be. So now, huh? Gone. Yeah. Now after I've added the jaggery, I'm just going to leave this to simmer. Okay, for the lentils to get completely cooked. Okay. Now I said 85 to 90%. Now by the time the water starts to evaporate, it will come up to about 100% of the lentils being cooked. Okay, and then we do the tempering. Okay? Then we'll come back to this after we've done with the other dishes as well. Okay. Move on.
And so you said in there that there's difference between texture and consistency.
Correct. Correct.
What is the difference?
I'll tell you. Now, a texture is a mouth feel. Okay. Now, the moment I put it in my mouth, what is the feel that it gives? A consistency is something that I look at. Okay. Now, if I say it is a payasam or a porridge for that matter, I should have the right consistency. Okay. A porridge cannot be something like I use a knife and a fork. Right. I should use a spoon. Now, when I use a spoon, it should be in a drinking consistency. Okay. So that is what the difference between a texture and a consistency. Now, if I put the payasam in my mouth, okay, what is the texture that I get? Now, the texture would be, a little between your teeth, when the lentils are just stuck between your teeth. Okay, you'll also be adding some nuts, which is cashew nut. Okay, you'll have a crunch. So that is the textures that we're going to play with. Understood? The difference between texture and consistency. Now, the next is okay. Now the next preparation is called kori gassi. Get me that coconut oil. Put in the vessel and give me.
Kori gassi.
Yes. Now, as I said earlier, kori means chicken. Okay, chicken, and gassi means curry or a gravy. Okay? Now, this is a very colorful. Now, when I say colorful, the color of this curry should be like a sunset orange. Okay. Now, if at say about 5:30ish, 6 o'clock, when we see the sky, you see a good orangish, as in when the sun is setting. Okay, that should be the color of this dish. And Indian food, we boast saying that it is colorful. Right? Now every preparation in this has a different color. Now when we sit or when we put our final plate together, we'll see the different colors that this entire meal is going to have. Okay. So now I'm going to start the masala or the curry paste. Right? It is a very common terminology. Curry paste is like a Thai curry that we do or a rendang that we do. We have ready-made curry paste that we take off a shelf. We add the coconut milk. We add then the meat of our choice, the vegetable of our choice, and then the curry is ready. Okay, so we're going to do a similar process. We're going to do the curry paste first, and then add our meat to that. Okay, or the vegetable to that. Anyway, both ways. Okay.
And that's coconut oil?
Yes. Now this is coconut oil. Okay. Today we're going to see an extensive use of coconut. The reason first being Mangalore is a coast. Every coast has extensive growth of coconut. Okay. Number one is because the availability of water. Okay, coconut trees need a lot of water. So if it is by the coastline, they have the accessibility of sourcing in a lot of water. Okay. So that is one. Number two, there's a good amount of breeze or wind that helps these coconut trees to gather as much as oxygen possible. Okay. And Bangalore especially has one more small district or a town called Kundapura, which is again famous for its coconut. Okay, these Kundapur coconuts are huge in size. Okay, and they're extremely flavorful. They yield good amount of coconut oil. Okay, so this is the oil that we're going to use for doing the curry paste or the masala paste. Okay. So I'm just going to start with some coconut oil. And the second important thing that we're going to use in this curry paste is the chilies. Okay. Now,
Can you smell them already?
yeah. Now, if you, yeah, we get the pungency, right? Yes. Yeah. No, but now you get the pungency. Try and smell this.
Wrong.
Yeah, it's quite different. Now, even if you see the looks of it, they're a little different. Okay. Now, these chilies have a wrinkled skin. Okay. Can you see these chilies have a wrinkled skin? Okay. These varieties are called Bedige. Okay. Again, very commonly used in the state of Karnataka. Okay, and grows widely in the central districts of Karnataka, wherein there's a lot of sunlight. Okay, and this is called the Reshampatti chilies, which does not have a wrinkled skin. Okay, these grow all across India. Okay, but Bedige chilies are commonly grown in Karnataka itself. Okay. Now the reason that we have both is the Bedige chilies give us a lot of color. Okay, and very less of spice, whereas the Reshampatti gives a lot of spice and less of color. Okay.
Are they both dried the same amount, or is it because this is dried more, so it's wrinkled more?
No. The species itself has that the tendency of having a wrinkled skin. Okay, it is not that it is dried more. Okay, they undergo the same drying process. Okay, but the tendency of these chilies have to have a wrinkled skin because of the excess moisture content in them. Okay, now these ones look more or less like a mini banana. Okay, with the fresh ones. Okay, before they are dried, because they have a lot of moisture and a lot of seeds in them. Okay, so now these Bedige chilies will give us a good color. Okay, whereas the Reshampatti will give us a good spice. So the balance of both these things creates the harmony of this curry. Okay, and the next important thing is the coriander seeds. I said coriander, the fresh ones that we saw there. These are the seeds that the trees give out. Okay, the coriander shrub gives us. Okay, again used in our curry paste. So we said coriander seeds. Yes.
Yes.
Fenugreek or methi, what we call here in the local language. Okay. In Hindi, it is called methi. In Kannada or the local language we speak, we call it as menthya. Okay. Nutmeg, we use this a lot as well. Okay. Now, nutmeg is not extensively used in this cuisine. Okay, but we use this a lot in our North Indian preparations. Okay?
Is that also Jaffar?
Jaifal, yes. Yes. And its skin or the outer covering of the nutmeg is maize. Okay, which we also use in a lot of our masalas, garam masalas. Okay, that gives a lot of flavor. Okay, now when I do a garam masala, I use all these ingredients. Okay, this is caraway seeds. Okay, smell this and you will yeah, caraway seeds. Okay, or carom seeds, what we call. Okay, ajwain in our local language. Okay, again helps in a lot of indigestion. Okay, gives a good aroma flavor when we add it to our rotis. Okay, fennel seeds. Okay. Used in a lot of curries. Okay, in a lot of attemperings. Okay. The queen of all spices, green cardamom. Okay, green cardamom is also used extensively in our food. Okay, for its exclusive aroma and the sweetness. Okay, we use it in our desserts as well. These are called badi elaichis or black cardamom. Okay, belongs to the same family of the cardamom, but they are black in color and big in size. Okay, cloves. Okay, cinnamon, which is from the cassia tree. Okay, the bark of the cassia tree. Used in our garam masalas extensively. Used a lot of non-veg preparations when the meat is when we use red meats. Okay, especially lamb or beef. This is again a very interesting spice called stone flower. You will not believe this is a moss that grows on stones. Okay. Now, if you smell this, it has a smell of the allspice. The allspice, the small berries that we get, allspice berries. Okay, has a very earthy and a very rounded flavor or aroma. Okay? We use this in a lot of chettinad, which is also a state or a cuisine in south of India. Okay, we use this a lot in their preparation. Okay, now next is cumin seeds. Okay, mustard seeds. Okay, these are black mustard seeds. We also have yellow mustard seeds. We have white mustard seeds. Okay, now this mustard is used for our temperings, whereas yellow mustard is used for our masala paste that we do. Coriander powder. Okay, same coriander powder and red chili powder. Now these are the different lentils that we have. Okay, this is called tuar dal or pigeon peas. Okay, or arar dal, what we call multiple names, same lentil. Okay, arar or tuar dal, what we call. This is what we use when we do the sambar. Okay, this is black lentil or split urad dal. Okay, these names may sound a little difficult for us to get used to, but we use this in our temperings as well. We've eaten vadas here, vadas in the morning, no, along with like a donut.
The donut.
Right.
Yes. Okay, that vada is made out of this lentil. Now this is called Bengal gram or chane ka dal. Okay, now again used in a lot of our chutneys or a relish that we do. We use it to thicken our curries. Okay, we can use it in making a lot of other Indian snacks. Okay, the base is this Bengal gram.
That's chana?
Chana dal, yes.
Oh, I thought chana was garbanzo.
No, those are Kabuli.
Oh.
Kabuli chanas are garbanzos.
It's different.
Yes. Okay. Now these are Bengal grams or chane ki dal, what we call. Okay, the species is a little different. Okay. The next preparation that we're going to do is the sambar. As I said earlier, this is the Mangalore cucumber. Remember the cucumber that we saw? Yes, and this is how it looks in the inside. Okay. Now I cannot probably eat this raw, but I can use it in my curries, in the sambar that we're going to do.
And why do you not eat it raw? Like it's just hard.
It is hard, but generally we don't eat it raw. Yeah.
Does it not taste good or what?
It per se does not have a peculiar taste. Okay. Now it has a good consistency after it is cooked. Okay, it becomes like a mash, like how pumpkins are. Okay, it becomes mashy, and it has very good consistency or flavor when we cook it in our gravies. Now the next thing that we're going to do is the masala for the sambar. Now sambar also has a lot of masalas that go. You also get a ready-made sambar masala off the shelves. Okay, in a lot of places across the world. Okay, but here we're going to do it fresh and then add it to our sambar. Okay, to that I'm again going to add some coconut oil.
Is there a reason to use like coconut oil and not ghee or like
Now, when we do the masala, the curry paste for this, we use coconut oil. Now, when we do the tempering for the sambar, we use clarified butter because that has a high smoking point and immediately after it hits the heat, it starts to smoke. Whereas they have a little, comparatively less smoking points. Okay, so they are good for doing the masala base. And then when we do the tempering for the sambar, we use carpet butter or ghee. Okay, that gives a very nutty, a good mouthfeel. So now to that, I'm going to add about say 25-30 grams of chana dal, okay, or Bengal gram. A little bit of tur dal or pigeon peas is what we call. Cumin seeds. Fennel seeds. A little bit of fenugreek seeds. For the color, we will use some dried red chilies or 3 chilies. Karopla. Yeah, please.
Try it. Like,
Come.
you mean like
Just to stir it, okay, but not to the curry leaves as well. It smells very herby. It's
smells a little different than the one I have at my home. We have the curry pata, which is same size but looks a little different.
yes,
But it might be the same thing, right?
same thing. Yes, same thing. Yeah. Okay, again, got a handful of coconut.
We mix it.
Yes.
This is how the
Very
Poles do it.
Very nice.
Anybody else want it?
Okay. If you want to give a try, please this powdery consistency. Okay, you also get them in blocks. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to add about probably 3-4 grams of that. Yeah.
And is that it's like sour? Is that
No. It per se has a very how to say, a coating flavor. Your entire palate becomes numb for a minute or for a couple of seconds. Okay? Because it has a very coating. The entire palate becomes. You want to try it? You can definitely.
should I yeah.
Yeah, your entire palate becomes numb, and you will not be able to get the next flavor at least the next couple of minutes. Okay, so that is how the reason that we add this, it eliminates a lot of gas. Okay, now if the simplest way of eliminating gas from our bellies is to take say a pinch of this, mix some hot water and just gulp it down. Okay, you will start burping. So that's what it does. And the reason that we're going to add this is because we use lentils, which are proteins that has a lot of gas. Okay? It creates a lot of acidity in your stomach. Just to eliminate that is what we're going to. We've added this after we add. Again, just a pinch of turmeric, just to get the right color. Now, if you smell this, we've added the same ingredients, almost similar ingredients, but flavors are completely different. Just try and smell it, you will understand the difference. Fine paste.
I want to smell it too.
And so what's the purpose of putting the lentils in first?
Okay.
Like
The the purpose of adding lentils first when we roast it is they take a comparatively longer time for them to get the good color. Okay, now if I add lentils at the end and add the coconut in the beginning, okay, coconut will burn, by then lentils turn color.
So, like toasting the lentils.
Yes, yes. So in order to get the right color of the toasting of the lentils, we add the lentils first. Okay, and then we add the next whole spices, and then the coconut, and then the chili, and then at last a pinch of turmeric, just to bring that orangish color towards the end. This is the masala we grind for sambar. Now this is the lentils that I was talking about, pigeon peas or tuar dal, that forms the base for the sambar. Okay. So now I'll pressure cook this. We can also cook it, on a cooking range, but comparatively, this will take a longer time when in comparison to the moong dal that we've used there.
This is what you call tadka?
No. This is just the dal that is boiled. Okay, the lentils that are boiled. Okay, we're then going to start the sambar after this. Okay. While she's lighting that, we'll begin with the base for the sambar. So
Ready for grinding. So do you always use like the purple onions or the orange ones too?
we always use the purple onions. Okay. It is commonly grown in this part of the country. Okay. We also have white onions that are grown here, but we do not use for cooking purpose. Okay. We use white onions when we work with raw salads. Okay. But again, when I say an onion to an Indian, it's only the purple ones. Okay.
So this one is also easier on the eyes too, right?
No, you will still have to shed few tears.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you a trick. I think a lot of you will cook, right? The best way to not cry when we cut an onion is, number one, is have a sharp knife. Okay. I'm anyways hurting this being, right? So when I hurt somebody, I don't know whether they cry, but we are crying, right? So if I have a sharper knife, this hurt is not that much. Okay, I'm not hurting every tissue cell. Now, second thing is to breathe through your mouth. Okay. Generally, what we do is we shut our mouths, we try and breathe or take in and take out, exchange through our nostrils. Okay. So that's what we say. Whenever we cut onions, we start talking. The moment we start talking, we will involuntarily start breathing through our mouths. Okay, so that is the reason we don't. Now, if I cut onions, I never tear down. Okay. If I'm using a blunt knife, I will definitely. Okay, if my knives are sharp, then I do not tear. Now, the best, as I said earlier, the best way is to just start talking, and you will not be able to feel the pungency of these onions when you're cutting. Okay. Now, at homes, our knives may not be as sharp as how my knife is. Okay, but the best way for us not to cry when we cut onions is yes. Okay. Now I've not cleared that. The reason is, number one, my knife is sharp. Number two, I'm talking, and when I'm talking, I involuntarily breathe through my nostrils. Okay. I'm also going to cut. See, there is no
time. So yeah. So this is sambar.
This is for the sambar. Okay, we're going to start with the sambar. Okay. The masala paste is already getting brown. The dal is ready. The vegetables are cut. I'm just going to cut these onions and tomato. Correct. Now the size doesn't matter because we saute them, okay, and let them boil. Yeah?
So it'll kind of like melt away or something?
It will not completely melt away, okay, nor will it be crunchy. Okay, it will be steamed. It will be steamed, but not crunchy. Okay, it will not be raw. It will completely cooked.
I'm going to come around so the audio is better.
I think that you would like. It takes a little second. I can just keep it on. I'm going to start. Again, I'm going to use the cooking for it.
This is the end product of
Yes.
what you had done
Correct.
just now.
The second one, the sambar masala. Okay.
Okay.
Now this, you smell it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yummy. This is a different thing. Say,
That's the chicken.
oh,
That's
this
the different thing. That's for the chicken.
chicken.
That's for the chicken. Okay. This is for the sambar. More or less similar ingredients, but the flavor profile is completely different. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to start with some mustard seeds. We wait until the mustard seeds flutter.
So mustard seeds going first. Is that because of the size to volume? Because
But
it's,
I didn't get your question.
I said the mustard seeds going first because it's a little bit bigger size.
No, the mustard seeds go in first because it has to splutter. Okay, it has to crack open. Okay. Now, if the mustard does not crack open, it does not give out its oil, its essential oil. Okay, can you see it crackling now? Okay, I'm just going to add a pinch of fenugreek seeds. Okay,
Oh, that's
a pinch of cumin. Okay, curry leaves, just a little bit. Yeah, just go behind. Go behind. Okay, the curry leaves. Yeah, some dried red chili. Okay, and then the onions. Now you will see this process happening in every house every morning, irrespective of us. Happy, sad, a sambar is made every day. Okay, now we will enjoy this for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. Yeah, so that is how common this sambar is. Can you get the aroma? Yeah.
That's a lot of work for breakfast, right?
Okay. I'm just going to add the tomatoes next. Okay. I have not completely sauteed the onions. Can you see? Okay, it's just translucent, meaning it is transparent. I can see both the sides. Okay. You want to try eating one of these? Just try. There's no harm in eating. You will. Our stomachs will not go for a toss, but yeah, please. Now, when I say a cucumber, I have a different thought process here. You know, it is fresh and refreshing and has a good mouthfeel, crunchy. It is also called a cucumber, but extensively used in curry. Okay, not.
I really couldn't tell the difference between this one and the regular one.
Regular cucumber.
I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
Maybe this what we get
Yeah, that'll be a little sweeter.
sweeter.
Has a lot of seeds in there. So this also has seeds, but this has a lot of flesh compared to the seeds.
Yeah.
A regular cucumber is more seeds compared to flesh. Now again, I've just started to damage the skin of the tomato. Okay. And then I'm going to add the cucumber. Okay. Now, that I'm going to add a little bit of coriander powder. Okay. And some turmeric. Okay.
Instead of that, my mother had squash.
Drumsticks. Okay. Now this sambar can also be made with drumsticks, can be made with brinjal or eggplant. Okay, can be made with carrot, beans, whatever vegetables that we like. Okay. And the sambar
Drumstick is the fruit of the sage plant. Some people call it the sage.
no. Yeah, like how exactly a drumstick looks that we play. Okay. There's a long one. The fruit of the drumstick tree.
So the leaves are forgot the name of the tree. The leaves are eaten too, right?
Yes, the leaves are also eaten. Yes.
Like little round ones.
Yes, probably like a somewhat like this, like a triangle.
Yeah, I'm thinking because the one we call drumsticks are from, we call it sage.
Okay.
But I forgot the English name for it. It will come when the video is done, probably.
Yeah. So now I'm going to add the masala paste that we made for the sambar. Okay.
Moringa.
Moringa, yes.
Moringa.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we call it sage.
Okay.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just add a little water. Now, if you see, everything in this is cooked. Now, I've roasted the masala, right? And then I've ground it. I'm just going to add a little bit of tamarind. Okay, we spoke what tamarind is. Okay, just a little bit. So that there is a break or just to cut the monotony of flavors. Now, once this is done, the cooked lentils. Okay. Now the only thing that needs to cook in this entire process is the cucumber itself. So nothing of this is raw apart from the cucumber. Okay. So I'm just going to add. I just added water. I'm going to reduce the flame and let this cucumber cook. Now once the cucumbers are cooked, go to the final tempering of this curry, and then eat it with some rice. Okay. I'm just going to move this side. Slowly. And then start. The next thing we're going to do is the chicken curry, the kori kasi. You remember the first masala that we did? Okay. I know it is a lot for today, but
Thank goodness for this. I'm gonna go back and replay and
Yes.
then
Yes.
yeah.
Now this tastes, this smells different.
It does. Yeah.
Smells very different. It is again the ratio in which we've added those spices makes a difference. Okay. The ratio. Again, coconut oil. I just have some broken red chilies and some curry leaves for the tempering. Okay. Now once the oil heats up, we're going to add the tempering. Add the paste of ginger and garlic. So we use this paste extensively in all our cookings. Okay. Especially when you're cooking anything that has meat in it. Meat, chicken, fish, lamb, beef, anything that has extensive amount of ginger garlic paste. You know, once the oil is heated up,
How do you know that the oil temperature is ready for the
okay. Now can you see these bubbles that are formed?
right?
Okay. The more bubbles it forms, okay, the more moisture is evaporating. Okay, and then it starts to smoke. Okay. So as and when I see this cloud forming, I will start adding my temperings. Okay. I'm going to add some curry leaves and dried chili. Okay. And then add some ginger and garlic paste. Okay. Now this has to be cooked thoroughly because this is completely cooked and then ground. Now I cannot leave this raw. Okay, I'm just going to spend that extra minute and just sauteing it so that the raw smell of this mineral paste goes away. Now once it is cooked, then I'm going to add the ground paste. Now this curry paste forms the base of this curry. I use my hands extensively when I cook Indian food. Yeah, now a lot of us claim it is unhygienic, but we wash our hands multiple times. Yeah.
So sunset color, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
So what does tempering mean?
Sorry.
What does tempering mean?
Tempering is us giving a tadka or just to start the cooking process. Okay. Now when I start the cooking process, I start with a tempering. Okay. Just to set things right. Okay? And every tempering agent that we add has a different reason behind that. Okay. That is why we say tempering. I'm gonna add some water. Let's just get completely good. Now this curry paste that I'm doing can be used with chicken, can be used with vegetables, can be used with seafood. Okay, when I say seafood, I can use shrimps, I can use fish, I can use crabs. Okay, I can also use any red meats like a lamb or a beef. I can also use a lot of pulses like garbanzo. Okay, I can also use a lot of fresh vegetables as well. Okay, today we're going to do with some carrot, beans, and potatoes. Okay. The people who don't eat meat.
How did you learn it? Like, did you grow up
I always liked food. I right from my young age. My mother told me that she would see me in the kitchen at the age of 3, and we're a huge family, so food was always a part of our very being. Okay, and I come from a community that is into a lot of trading. Okay, my community is involved in a lot of trading, and traders are people who are wealthy. People who are wealthy, food is an important part of their life. So I come from that background, and every time we sit for a meal, our meals are not simple. Our meals are extravagant. Okay? There are about 3 or 4 curries, 3 or 4 vegetables. So it's huge preparation, and for that we also involve people who can come and cook for us. So by looking at them, by being with them, I developed the love for cooking. Also, I developed the love for eating. Okay. Now I always go with the saying that we never trust a skinny chef, right? Your food, right? Now I've worked in hotels and I've met people saying, "Should I try this food? What do you say?" They would ask me, and I would say, "I'm a living example. Okay, and I've eaten this food for so many years, and you should definitely try it." I think now since I've seen you eating it and my physical appearance, they say I believe in what you make. Yeah. So we never trust. I'm not against people who are skinny, but it is just a saying. Yeah. So that's how I developed my interest towards cooking. I did my graduation from here, and then went on to the Taj Group of Hotels. Okay, I worked with them for about 10 years, and then I said 10 years. Yeah. I said 10 years for the industry, and then the rest for service. So I finished my 10 years in the hotels, and then I've come here full time teaching. Yeah. We take a quick break. Yeah. We take a quick break, 5 minutes. Okay. We sit, we drink a cup of water, and then we come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the process, this will continue to.
Yes, cook. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
So I can turn this off for the moment.
Correct. Aroma of how this curry is. Okay. Now there is a rawness to the curry and there's a cooked aroma to this curry. Okay. Now I'm going to just split it into halves. Okay. And then finish the rest with vegetables. Okay.
So we have come back into this mode now after about, let's say, 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yes.
15 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Now for this, I'm just going to add some fresh chicken meat. Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Now this process is not done yet. Okay, we need the chicken to be cooked completely. Okay, and then we also going to add some coconut milk. Okay, towards the end. Chunks of the vegetables, carrots.
So what is the purpose of removing the tips of the string beans?
The purpose of removing the tip of the string beans is that they also harbor a lot of germs. Okay. Now, the reason that it is closer to the wine from which it comes out, so they harbor a lot of germs there as well. And the strings are also a little chewy when I eat. Now, a string beans is nice and crisp. Now, I do not have to put in a lot of purpose in chewing the string. Okay, that's the reason we don't we always string the beans.
Right. So, at events in the US at home, we always do that, but I never knew the reason for that.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, sir. ಇದೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಅಂಜಾದು ಹೊರಚು ಕೂಲು ಹೊರಚು ಕೂಲು.
Is she going to boil that?
No, just going to open it and give it to you.
Oh,
Okay. So this the curry that we made initially, I'm just taking half of that, and I'm going to add just a whole carrot.
so essentially, that's a vegetarian and non-veg cooking together.
Correct. Yes.
I see. Abhishek.
Okay. To that I'm going to add some potatoes and some string beans. Water. See this guy? There is something that is red. Just add one. Yeah. I'm just going to add some more water for this chicken to get cooked.
And how much time do you need to spend on the chicken?
About 15 to 20 minutes max.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We will also check. Wooden spoons, wooden spoons. Check the vegetable. Maybe more. Now I can also cook the vegetable along with the lentils. Now, when I pressure cook the lentils, I'm sorry, I can also add the vegetable to that. But the only thing is that they'll get mashed up. They will not have the right texture. That's the reason we cook it along. Check. I've not added salt yet. Yep. Okay, I'm just going to add a healthy pinch of salt. I've not added salt in this as well. Okay, it is still.
So you normally add salt at the very end of your
Yes.
chicken dish?
Yes.
Is there a reason for that?
There is a reason. Now, see, imagine you remember how much water the sambar had when we began? Okay, and now it is shrinking down. Now, if I add salt in the beginning, saltiness will also shrink down, and end product will be salty. We understand the science? Yeah. Now, I will add proportional salt the amount of water that is there. Okay. By the time the water evaporates, the saltness will start to come down. We start to concentrate. And then after my dish is ready, I taste it, it will be salty. Okay, that's the reason we do not add salt in the beginning. Okay.
I see. So you don't even add salt even during the marination process on the meat, right?
That we do.
That you do. I see.
Okay. That we do because that has a different ideology. There, I need the salt to take away the moisture from the marinating meat, so that it takes in a lot of flavor. Okay. Sorry? Sorry? We start with lemon, peanut. Okay. Now, again, we'll add salt to this curry. Salt to this as well. No, but 4. Take a pulse. Take a pulse. Now this is coconut milk. Now we've seen coconut in all forms used in this curry. Yeah, in the form of oil, in the form of the flesh of the coconut in our curry paste, and then coconut milk. Okay, has a very not a very sweet flavor, but has a little sweet flavor. Okay, has a good binding capacity.
Oh, and the vegetable too.
So after adding the coconut milk, I'm just going to slowly let it to simmer and not completely roll boil. Now, once vegetables are cooked, this curry is also ready. Now, the chicken is almost cooked here. I'm just going to let it simmer for some more time. Okay. Are you okay? Are you okay with coconut? Eating a lot? Because a lot of this preparation has a lot of coconut in different forms, right? Curry paste, milk, coconut oil. Yeah. Please start. I'm going to start with dinner time. What time do you generally eat dinner?
6.
6?
Like here, like we don't care.
Yeah, here is. I usually have like 4:35, but here it's like I don't know. It's sometimes 9, 10. I don't even know what's happening. So I don't have a.
Probably next half an hour you begin to practice something. Yes.
So what are you making now?
The next I'm going to make chitrana, okay, or the lemon rice, what we call
Lemon.
lemon rice. Rice that is flavored with
And this is all part of the lemon rice, the ginger?
Yes. Yes. Okay. For the lemon rice, again we add some coconut oil.
Coconut oil for
Yes.
lemon rice?
Yes. Anybody allergic to peanuts? No?
No.
Now these are raw peanuts. Okay. Groundnuts, what we call. Okay. So I'm going to start with that. Remember I told earlier, these things will take a lot of time to turn color, to toast.
So you have peanuts in your lemon rice. chilies, ginger, and lemon, and curry leaf.
I've added some peanuts, okay, and then I'm going to add some Bengal gram or chana dal, okay, some urad dal, split urad dal. Use a lot of our tempering. We wait for it to turn color, okay. And of course, if you remember earlier, when we did the tempering for that, I added mustard first. Okay, now this is the fourth ingredient I'm going to add in this. The reason is, now if I add mustard at the beginning, it will burn. And by the time it turns color, okay, we will lose the mustard will start turning bitter. That's why I've added it now. Okay, after this, I'm going to add some dried red chili and green chili. Okay, ginger and curry leaves.
Oh, and even hing.
Yes. Now I'm going to add some hing or asafoetida that I said earlier. Just a pinch of turmeric. Now this is the juice of 3 lemons. Okay, I'm just going to add this to this. And of course, salt. After this process is done, I'm going to add some chopped onion. I'm not sauteed it in oil. The reason being to retain the crunchiness of the onion. Okay? You will have a really good mouth feel when we crunch on these onions. Can I?
Turn off this one, the flame on that.
Now, I have already boiled some short grain rice. Now, this rice is called Sona Masuri, okay, a very common and a staple rice variety that we grow here in Karnataka. Lot of coriander. Okay, can you see the change in color?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is she okay?
That by itself looks so healthy.
Yes.
Just by itself. I mean, the others are just added bonus. But I mean, like really.
Yeah.
This looks so good. I think I could have this every day without getting bored of it. Usually I get bored of food, you know. I need to have different ones.
Yeah.
But and now chicken curry is still Cooking?
Curry is done almost.
Oh, almost done. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now the curry is done. The rice is done. The sambar is done. I'm just going to wait for the check how far the vegetables here. Yeah, almost there. Almost there. Can we go ahead and then finish the payasam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what we started off with. Is boiling the jaggery and the.
Raisins, cardamom powder.
So this was we started off with the boiled jaggery.
The boiled lentils first.
Oh, boiled lentils.
Boiled lentils and the jaggery syrup. Okay.
Yeah.
We mixed both together. Okay. And then this is the end product.
Okay. This is this is not sambar. This is
Payasam.
oh payasam.
Payasam. Yeah. It's called Esarabele payasam or the split yellow lentils. Payasam made out of that.
Oh, payasam. This is payasam. And they can add fruits to this too, right?
Not fresh fruits, probably dried fruits.
Dried fruits, yes. We have seen like raisins and
Yeah, we're going to add that now.
badam and all
Yes, yes, we're going to add that.
that. Okay.
To the rice, yes. The chicken curry, the sambar, everything. So it was like a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Just bring down the consistency. Yeah.
I wish they could take it over. Sorry? I wish they could take it over. I'm sorry,
That's fine.
messing with your food here.
Yeah. So now to this, I'm just going to add about 2 cans of coconut milk. You can see the color change. Yeah.
Wow.
Cardamom powder.
This is the yellow Indian cow.
It is the coconut milk.
Oh,
Yeah.
coconut milk.
Coconut
Okay.
milk, not the not the cow's milk. Okay.
Okay.
The coconut milk.
Right. Coconut. I forget. Yeah. Mangalore style, right?
Yes. Yes. Just a little more water to adjust the consistency of the payasam.
It's pretty good because the flame is off to one side, so
Yeah, I'm just going to change it to the next one and then do the.
I see.
Now this is cashew nuts. Okay. Again, we use extensively in our desserts. Okay. Also in a lot of our curries. Okay, to thicken the curry, we use a lot of cashew nut and coconut, a mix of both. Okay, now when you see all the North Indian curries, the thickening agent is the cashew. We do a lot of South Indian curries, thickening agent is the coconut. Okay, so that is the mix that we do. So, currently, this is clarified butter or ghee, what we call, okay, used by and far in every preparation that we do. Okay. Yeah. Generous amount of ghee. And then I'm going to add a handful of cashew nuts.
Do they have to be a specific size? Do you guys crush them to make it a size?
No, so we generally have broken cashew nuts. Okay, not the whole ones. Broken ones, broken say 1/6, 1/8. Okay, that's the calculation that we have.
Okay.
Some of these, and these are dried raisins. Okay, I think we'll all of us know what a raisin is.
Oh, yeah.
Just dried raisins. Okay, we only wait until the color starts to change. Okay, and then
Oh, that's it?
that's it.
Oh,
And I'm also going to add some cardamom powder. Okay, we saw cardamom, the green cardamom. I said the queen of all spice. Yeah.
Smells like masala chai.
Yes. So this for masala chai, this forms the base, right? It is freshly ground, right? So some cardamom powder. Okay. And our payasam is done.
That's it.
That's it. That's
Oh, I could handle that.
you should once you get back home.
Well, I'm going to definitely do that.
Yes.
Review this video and hit that one first. Oh, no.
With that, if you probably give us the next 5 to 10 minutes, we set up this place with our food. Okay, you can probably sit out, relax, take your aprons out. By the time we lay this buffet here, we can come pick up our own food and then sit at the restaurant there. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef Jonathan.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Pleasure. Entire session of eating what we've made. Now, predominantly the cooking was done by me, but which I think would have imparted some knowledge or some gain in its entire process.
We are happy to offer our moral support in any cooking event.
Okay. Now, I will also show you how we eat our meats. Now, as I said earlier, this is the kori roti, okay, that is made with rice and lentils. Okay, we're just going to break this onto a plate. Okay. Now, if I'm a vegetarian, I will probably, ladle a huge, a good portion of the curry, okay, and then ladle this on top of this kori roti, and then leave it for about 3 to 4 minutes for the curry to get soaked in. Okay, and then it becomes pliable. It's easier for us to eat. Okay. And then we also have the salad that we made. Okay. We then have chitrana, the lemon rice that we did. We have the white rice. And on the white rice, I'm going to ladle in some sambar. Okay. And we've also made a chutney, okay, that is eaten well with the chitrana. Just a spoon of that. Okay. And to finish it off, we've made the payasam. Okay, the vegetable payasam. And to aid in digestion and to not forget who Jonathan was the next morning, we finished it off with some plantain. Yeah. Now, that is how we set our meal. We always eat it on a round plate just to signify that life is round and there is no beginning, there is no end. Yeah. We always start and we go round and round and round eating. So that is the reason we eat it on a round plate or a thali, what we call it. So enjoy, and I'll probably meet you all while you're eating. Then we can take the plates and do the same setup, and then we sit at the restaurant with this plate to the left here, and then we.
Okay, so to keep your stuff and come, we can do that.
Yeah, just show them where the restaurant is.